Okay, so I thought I would go ahead and do a little bit of a review on the Scion. It's a 2009 Scion XB. I have owned this car for about a week, and it had one owner before me. I just thought I would do a little review real quick to kind of tell you where it's at and, kind of some of the things you can expect. Obviously, I don't know everything about it. I've only had it for about a week, but I absolutely love this car. It's probably my favorite car I've had in a very long time. Even though it does have a few little issues here and there, it runs great. It just drives great. It's fun. It's got plenty of room. I'll go over a few of the issues that it has that a lot of people have. So the first thing is a lot of pitting. From rocks and things. I think the paint on the hoods is probably not the greatest. A lot of people have this issue where there's a lot of rock chips, and you don't see that anywhere else on the body. Even on the front, but just this front edge of the hood gets those rock pits and chips, and bug chips and whatever causes that. It's annoying, but I plan to get that repainted or replace the hood on it at some point. I may just have it repainted and put a bug guard on it. We'll see what happens with that. The second issue with this thing, it hasn't been in any accidents, but I think probably like popping the curb with the bottom edge of that bumper has probably caused it to be pushed down and back at the very bottom, because the top, as you can see, the top is kind of tilted out so that it doesn't line up underneath. So the top of the hood is supposed to be down here, so this bumper is down a little bit. And from some of the online things I've seen, and some chat groups and stuff, other people have had this issue, and it's something to do with the radiator brackets being out of place. And once you loosen those and push them back in, then you can adjust everything back to where it belongs, including your headlights and things like that. So I haven't done that yet, so I can't really talk too much about that. I've just read about it, so at some point I'll be taking this bumper off and trying to do that myself. That's on the list of things to do. As you can see, this headlight has been pushed out, is out of place, and so it's gotten some moisture in there. Other than that, everything else on it runs pretty good. There's no body damage or nothing like that. The antennas broke off, but I ordered a replacement for that. It was like $10. So in this headlight, somebody chipped this headlight before I got it. So other than that, the interior is pretty roomy. It is very roomy. It's in pretty good shape. It's a little dirty right now because I have a dirt driveway and people getting in my car, but I'm not super tall, but I'm not super short. There is a lot of room in this sucker. It's like I can't even reach. Like, I'm stretching as far as I can forward. So, it's really roomy in here. You got your lights. Those are really bright, especially at night. You got your dash here. And the instrument panels are in the center at the top. You got your radio and everything, of course. This is a standard. These do tend to last a little bit longer. So this is kind of nice. It shifts and runs just really well. The interior, there is a lot of people complain about the armrest. Only the armrest. The passenger side does not have an armrest. Only the driver's side has an armrest, and people complain about that. But honestly, I think it's because it's a standard, and there's not. If there was a passenger armrest here, I could see you getting your arm caught on it or whatever. So it's probably, a good thing that there's not an armrest here, so you got plenty of movement. So when you're switching gears and stuff. But, that's just my opinion on it. But, the seats, for a 10-year-old vehicle, you can tell, it looks a little dusty here, but there's no holes. It's worn very, very, very well. surprised. Pretty much the only thing in here that shows any kind of wear is this armrest and this surround on the gear shift. You know, there's a couple of little spots where it's, you know, kind of starting to fray and wear out a little bit, but it's still in good shape. Everything is kind of, you know, plastic and everything, but I kind of like that because you don't have any, you know, fabrics to get worn out or, you know, I mean, everything just looks really nice and clean and in good shape. So it wears pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, like I said, I really love this car. This does have 180,000 miles on it now, and it just drives. It runs really, really good. So I'm gonna start it up here. I mean, it really just purrs. It's just really amazing. So as you can see, I do have a low tire, but I've got to replace the back tires. But I mean, that's just, you know, something that everybody has to deal with. As you can see, it has 180,133 miles on it. I mean, it's a really good running vehicle. Today, while I was driving it down the road, it was running like this morning when I got in it, and I was driving it down the road to get some lunch, and all of a sudden the check engine light came on, and a couple of other things came on, and the car started running really rough all of a sudden, just kind of like you could feel it kind of shimmering and shaking. And I got really freaked out. I was like, oh no, what did I do? Did I buy a lemon? You know, like I got pretty freaked out over it. And but we got into it, and it ended up being about a $50 fix. I needed an ignition coil. We took it up to O'Reilly's and had them check the code on it, and it was a misfire on cylinder 2. And then there was 2 codes. One was the misfire on cylinder 2, and the other one was for ignition coil. So we replaced the ignition coil on cylinder 2, bought new spark plugs while we were at it, just, you know, because I don't know how long it's been since they had it done, so had that done. And we also replaced the PCV valve, which was a $5 part, and now it just runs amazingly well again. Like, it literally took us about 2 hours because we had to run back and forth to get things that we needed, but you know, other than that, I absolutely have no I just love it. You know, I have no complaints against it. For a vehicle that has 180,000 miles, that's a pretty good thing to be able to say. I mean, it's really clean. It lasted a while. So if you're considering buying one of these and it has high miles, I mean, really, it's pretty well. They last pretty good. But see, we've got your radio over here. We got a nice Pioneer radio, and we've got the controls on the steering wheel. We got your mirrors, power doors, power windows, or power door locks, power windows. We got your standard. We got the stick shift. We got your brake. We got the back seats. They do fold down flat, so you have all of this cargo space. We'll go check that out next. Alright, so I've got some stuff back here. I do a lot of eBay shipping, which is why I went. Let me get back here so you can see. I do a lot of eBay shipping, which is why I needed a vehicle that had plenty of room in it. So I wanted one that the seats would fold down. So those seats fold down nice and flat, and so you have all of this space from there all the way back to there. And so this opens up real easy. You have a lot of room. Some of this stuff is I have a brand new grandbaby, so I was taking baby photos of my grandbaby, so I had all kinds of photography stuff and some of my sales stuff back here. But I mean, you can see there's plenty of room. Like, if you set those back seats down, you could put furniture in there. Like, you could haul a lot of stuff in this thing. And, you know, I just love it. It has this really good backup light so you can see where you're going at night. It's just a really good vehicle. I mean, I've seen a lot of reviews, and a lot of reviews are from, you know, back when it was first released. So I thought maybe, you know, y'all would like to see, somebody out there would like to see a newer review of an older Scion XB. Kind of give you an idea what to look for. The previous owner that I have a lot of records of them having the maintenance done. A lot of people say that, you know, it burns through oil pretty good, so you got to keep an eye on your oil, which is fine. I could do that. But it's nice to know that somebody that had it before me was very conscious of that and had it checked regularly. So I would be kind of nervous to buy one from someone that didn't keep up with it, or that had several different owners where you couldn't track to make sure it had been taken care of. But, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything's going to go wrong. But a lot of reports of these making over 300,000 miles. So let's hope for that. Cross our fingers. Yeah, hopefully I'll be driving this one for a good long while yet. And, you know, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And hope you're having a great weekend. And I'll catch you later.